The third type of radical equations we want to look at are the ones that are in rational exponent form. So those are ones that look similar to these examples. They have exponents that are fractions. We have a couple options for looking at how to undo these. Right? We could rewrite them in radical form. That's going to be the messier thing that takes more time in the long run, but it helps us figure out what the pattern really is going to be. So here, if I rewrote it as a radical, I know this would be the cubed root of x. And then to undo a cubed root, I would just cube both sides. And I get x equals 27. So if cubing both sides undoes the cubed root, why does cubing both sides undo the 1/3? Well, if we remember, our rule for a power of a power when we had two exponents in a row like that was that we multiplied them together. So we know that 3 times 1/3 is 3/3, which actually equals 1, right? And x to the first power is just my x. So what we're really doing here, any fraction times what would equal 1 is what we're trying to look at. What would I have to raise it to? Well, what happens is I need my reciprocal. So if it was the 1/3 power, I need to raise it to the 3/1 power. In that second example, I have x to the 2/3 power. To undo 2/3 as an exponent, I need to raise it to the 3/2 power. Right. So 3/2 times 2/3, 2 on top, 2 on bottom, 3 on top, 3 on bottom, that all cancels out, and it's just x equals, well, you could use a calculator and just type in 25 to the 3/2 power. Right? Or we could think of it just like we did the other day where we said that was the square root of 25 and then the answer cubed. Right? The square root of 25 is 5 and 5 cubed is 125. Right? But just like the other ones, we still want to check our work for these. So we got x equals 27 and x equals 125 for these two problems. So is 27 to the 1/3 power equal to 3? Right, well, that's the cubed root of 27, which is 3, and 3 does equal 3, so that one checks out. And what about 125? Is 125 to the 2/3 power actually equal to 25? Right, well, 125 to the 2/3 power, again, you could just use your calculator and see what you get for an answer to see if it checks. I'm okay with that. Right, but what does it mean? It means the cubed root of 125 and then squared. So that's really 5 squared, and 5 squared is 25. Right, so both of these check out. And we want to look at two more of the messier ones together. Just like with our radical equations yesterday, our first step is still to get the part that would be like a radical by itself, which means that this 3 in the front isn't part of the thing that has the rational exponent. So I need to move that 3 to the other side first. So I'm going to do that by dividing both sides by 3. So then x minus 2 to the 3/4 power is 8. To undo a 3/4 power, I use my reciprocal, which is 4/3. So I raise both sides to the 4/3 power. Then I'm left with x minus 2 equals 8 to the 4/3 means the cubed root of 8 to the 4th power. The cubed root of 8 is 2, and 2 to the 4th power is 16. You can just use a calculator for that part. Right? And if I add 2 to both sides, I get that x is 18. To check my work, I start with my 3 times 18 minus 2 to the 3/4 power is supposed to equal 24. That means 3 times 16 to the 3/4 power equals 24. Remember my order of operations? It says I do the exponent before I multiply. So then 16 to the 3/4 power, right, was the 4th root of 16 cubed, that was 2 cubed, and 2 cubed is 8, so really this is 3 times 8. And 3 times 8 is 24. So 24 equals 24. That's true. That means 18 was the correct answer. One more example. Again, the part that would be the radical part would be this part here. So the first thing I need to do before I can raise both sides to the reciprocal power is to get rid of anything that's not part of that. So I'm going to start by adding 2 to both sides. Then I have x plus 1 to the 3/2 power equals 27. Now I can undo my 3/2 power by using the reciprocal. So instead of 3 over 2, I'm going to raise it to the 2 over 3 power. Why did we do that? Right? Fractions cancel out when I have a over b times b over a. Right? The a's cancel, the b's cancel. We're left with just 1. So my fractions cancel. Then x plus 1 must equal, well, the cubed root of 27 squared is 3 squared, which is 9. And if I subtract 1 from both sides, I get that x equals 8. But is that the right answer? Or is it an extraneous solution, right? So it might be that we just did all of the work right and it still doesn't work as an answer. So let's check. Right? I really do have to be careful, I notice, because the original was a square root, right? It had an even root. So those are the ones that we have to be careful of. But if I go back and check, 8 plus 1 to the 3/2 power, and then minus 2 equals 25. Does the left side really equal 25 is my question. So I don't want to add 2 to both sides. I want to keep stuff where it is, and I just want to find the answer to the whole left side and make sure it equals 25. So that's 9 to the 3/2 power. That would be the square root of 9 cubed. So 3 cubed is 27. So 27 minus 2 is 25. Again, I am perfectly okay if your check is just typing this into your calculator and making sure it's 25, right? You don't have to show that work, right? But making sure that we're taking the time to check so that we see if it works or not. Go ahead and try a few of those practice problems.